CZ, or the Česká Zbrojovka, hope that I pronounced it correctly, is one of the most popular firearms brands today. Though it's a Czech company, CZ products dominate the United States firearms market. I'm confident that a significant number of American households are equipped with one or two CZ guns, and even if we go to competitive shooting scenes, CZ firearms are still ubiquitous. Does CZ Shadow 2 ring a bell? We are already halfway into 2024, and I think that it's time for a little refresh on our favorite handguns from the Czech brand. What's up, everyone? This is your boy Ted from Line 45. In this episode, I will give you a rundown of the must-own CZ pistols this 2024. But hey, I am just going to feature only base models, so sorry, but there will be no Cajunized CZs, AccuShadows, or Dan Wessons here. Before we get underway, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I know it is a chore, but these simple clicks help my channel immensely. Now let's return to the video. CZ USA P10c or. Many became CZ fanboys because of the CZ P10. To be honest, the P10 is just a simple handgun platform, but its simplicity made it extremely effective and shootable in practical shooting and actual combat. What we have here is the CZ USA P10c or, and of course this is the compact version of the P10F. But if you noticed, I put the effort into mentioning CZ USA and not just CZ. The thing is, this particular P10c is manufactured in the United States, meaning that it isn't imported. Of course, it's just a small detail, but that's something you know the distinctions as well. As its name suggests, the P10COR is milled for red dots, with its plates compatible with different footprints, such as the Trijicon RMR. It's a mid-size pistol and strikes a perfect balance between concealability and performance. All I can say is that it shoots like a full-size pistol. In particular, the P10OR has a length of 7.3 inches and is equipped with a hammer-forged 4-inch barrel. This is a bigger gun than other compact pistols, so concealment is a bit of an issue, but not completely impossible. Still, with the added size, the P10COR holds more rounds on its magazines. The flush-fit mag contains 15 shots of 9mm, which is higher than other compact pistols, with only 10 or 12-round capacities. Shooting the pistol accurately is very easy. Picking the 3-dot sights is not a problem, and that helps me land bullets where I want to. Of course, its accuracy is also due to its trigger. The reset is very acute for a striker-fired pistol, and it is consistently crisp and smooth. It breaks at 4 to 4.5 pounds or so. The grip is a bit Spartan compared to other new CZ pistols, but it is still good nonetheless. The undercut trigger guard and beaver tail ensure that I can control the gun's recoil impulse as efficiently as possible. CZ SP01 Tactical. The SP01 Tactical is already a classic, but still, it is a gun that withstood the test of time. It remains one of the most recommended CZ pistols today, and right now, it's one of the fastest-moving CZ products in terms of sales. Since its release in 2004, the SP01 has been touted as one of the best double-action, single-action pistols to ever be produced. Of course, this thing was based on the CZ75, but now features a Picatinny rail for tossing weapon attachments. The SP01 Tactical got a crisp double action, but not so excessively heavy, while the single action is surprisingly light. The trigger has a degree of consistency that adds to the control and accuracy of the pistol. It's also a flat shooter, considering that it weighs 40 ounces, so its recoil is barely felt. This is a metal handgun at the end of the day, and its substantial heft plays in its favor, especially if you get used to it. The 4.6-inch cold hammer-forged barrel is rugged and keeps the gun reliable and stable while rapid firing. Meanwhile, the magazine capacity of SP01 Tactical is 17 rounds of 9mm, but extended mags could add 2 more shots. All units of SP01 Tactical are dry-fired for 500 rounds before they get shipped, so right from the box, they are already smooth and reliable, and no break-ins are required. On the range, the gun creates tight groupings at 20 yards with its iron sights, and you can empty its mag fast without losing your accuracy. It also impresses me that it cycles different 9mm ammo with no feeding or discharging problems, as long as the gun is clean and lubed properly. CZ Shadow 2 Compact. Nobody thought that CZ would condense that Shadow 2. But look what we have now. This is the Shadow 2 Compact, and most of you have heard or seen it already, and perhaps a number of you here got this gun already. At first I found it counterintuitive to downsize the Shadow 2 platform. I mean, part of the success of the Shadow 2 is due to its full size and well-balanced design, but all of that skepticism disappeared once I got to hold this pistol. The Shadow 2 Compact is chambered in 9mm and includes a 15-round capacity, which is similar to the Glock 19. It comes with 2 mags, and it's also compatible with P01 magazines, given that the design of the Shadow 2 Compact is based on the structure of the CZ P01. Still, that's the only thing the two CZs are similar. Aside from the red fiber optic front sight and blacked rear sight, the slide of the CZ Shadow 2 is also cut for optics. Of course, this means that you are free to carry and run this gun with a red dot. Interestingly, you can carry this pistol while it's cocked and locked, which is a style adopted from 1911 pistols. Needless to say, it has a manual safety, but doesn't have a decocker. Now, the Shadow 2 Compact is a double-action, single-action gun, but its trigger work is significantly better than other factory CZ triggers. The double action feels light despite having a pull weight of around 9 to 10 pounds. Well, this isn't surprising given that it uses a moderately flat trigger. On the flip side, the single-action pull stays consistent at 3.5 pounds. The trigger of this pistol is akin to the trigger used in most revolvers. The range performance of the Shadow 2 Compact is impeccable. It is easy to hit targets at 10 yards with its iron sights, but it's really capable of ringing steel plates and cans past 25 yards with red dots and proper shooting technique. It's small, but its 4-inch barrel and trigger quality makes it extremely accurate and reliable. CZ Shadow 2 Orange. The Shadow 2 has been a winning gun in the production division, and it's definitely worthy of being called one of the best value-driven competition pistols right now. The CZ Shadow 2 Orange, similar to other variants of the Shadow 2, is still anchored in the original CZ75. It has key differences among its cousins, though, such as its barrel bushing system. In particular, the Orange incorporates the use of barrel bushing, which is similar to the ones you can see on conventional 1911 designs. On the range, this barrel bushing has proven to improve the accuracy of the Shadow 2 Orange, as compared to other Shadow 2s without this feature. This means that if you want an extremely accurate competition pistol and don't want to jump immediately to the Tactical Sport 2, the Shadow 2 Orange is a much better choice. There are also other upgrades present in the Shadow 2 that you can't spot immediately. A good example is that its slide and frame have been hand-fitted with tight tolerances. They aren't machined, so when the slide rides the frame, it's really, really smooth. The gun also includes a factory-tuned trigger, and this one is extremely smooth and crisp. But is it a fast shooter? You're damn right. It also shoots flat, thanks to its hefty 46-ounce construction. The felt recoil on this pistol is almost non-existent. There are other nice perks that tag along the Shadow 2 Orange, such as 3 magazine base plates that have the same orange color as the low-profile aluminum grips. These grips, by the way, have a nice form on them and are very comfortable to hold. Interestingly, the sights of this USPS pistol aren't that flashy, but they are very good at giving clear target pictures. Tracking them is easy too. After all, we are talking about a red optic front sight and a blacked rear sight configuration here. Overall, the Shadow 2 Orange should become an excellent addition to your arsenal this 2024. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more gun videos like this, just click the subscribe button and notification bell. Take care and stay safe.